In the second section of this chapter, we will be talking about fractional distillation of crude oil. The learning objectives of this section are to state the origin of crude oil, and then we will explain how crude oil is separated into useful fractions on an industrial scale. Let's start now with the origin of crude oil. Crude oil is at present the world's main source of organic chemicals. It is called a fossil fuel because it was formed millions of years ago by the breakdown of plant and animal remains at the high pressure and temperature deep below the Earth's surface. So the breakdown of plant and animal remains at high pressures and temperatures will form fossil fuel, which is crude oil. However, its formation is very slowly, and thus crude oil is considered to be non-renewable. Crude oil is a mixture mostly of alkanes, which may be branched and unbranched. Crude oils from different sources will have different compositions. Let's examine the composition of a typical North Sea crude oil. So in crude oil, we have gases, petrol, naphtha, kerosene, gas oil, fuel oil, and wax. Let's examine the boiling temperatures of each component. The boiling temperature of gases is about 310 Kelvin. That of petrol ranges between 310 and 450. That of naphtha ranges between 400 and 490. That of kerosene is between 430 and 523 Kelvin. That of gas oil is between 590 and 620. And that of fuel oil and wax is above 620 Kelvin. So as we are moving from gases to fuel oil and wax, the boiling temperature is increasing. Let's examine the chain length of each component. Gases have between 1 and 5 carbon atoms in the chain, whereas the chain length of petrol is between 5 and 10 carbon atoms. That of naphtha is between 8 and 12. The chain length of kerosene ranges between 11 and 16 carbon atoms. That of gas oil is between 16 and 24, and we have more than 25 carbon atoms in the chain of fuel oil and wax. The question now, is the percentage present of each component equal? And the answer is no. The percentage of gases is 2, that of petrol is 8, we have 10% naphtha, 14% kerosene, 21% gas oil, and 45% fuel oil and wax. So we can notice that we have a high percentage in crude oil of fuel oil and wax. So mostly we will have a chain of more than 25 carbon atoms whose boiling temperature is above 620 Kelvin. Crude oil contains the small amounts of other compounds dissolved in it, and these come from other elements in the original plants and elements the oil was formed from. For example, it may contain sulfur. So these will produce sulfur dioxide SO2 when they are burnt. And this is one of the causes of acid rain, because sulfur dioxide will react with oxygen in the atmosphere to form sulfur trioxide, and this will react with water in the atmosphere to form sulfuric acid.